Hey guys, Time Itself here. Welcome back for some more shotgun probability. Most weapons have time to kill, but shotguns with the random spread, we have to talk about probability of getting a kill, not just time to kill. So, fair warning, nerdy content ahead. I know this series has been delayed a few months, and well, it comes down to the assumptions that I was making, and I wasn't entirely comfortable, and I wanted to go back and make sure they were right, get some more data, so that I could be more confident in my results. So, with that finally out of the way, I'm back with more. So, as you may recall, the two assumptions that I was making were that the shotgun pellets were all independent, which I'm fairly comfortable with, but the other one, that they had an equal probability of hitting anywhere inside the area of the spread. Well, I had to test that, and that took a little while. Now, when I first started this, I just took a screenshot and estimated that the size of the player hitboxes would be the same as the picture on the screen. Very quickly became apparent that very much under-predicted what actual results I was seeing, and so I think by the second video I was making corrections to get a little closer, and well, anyway, that left me wondering, well, maybe it's not evenly spread over the area. You've got different kinds of different random distributions, and so my next best guess was that they were choosing a random, evenly distributed from the center, and then a random angle. And yes, that's still completely random, but it results in a different distribution. The easiest way to put it would be that half of the pellets would be in the middle quarter of the area of the circle, and that would mean, well, it would be possible to get much higher chances to get a hit, even if the player hitboxes were still fairly small. So I had to resolve this, and I have. So let me say the spread is evenly spread over the area. I'm quite confident of that now, at least. I don't know what else to do, so here's the results. So the original probability I estimated is there in green, just based on an even spread. I went and did some math and figured out what it would be if it had the alternative distribution where it was grouped in much closer towards the center, and that's there in blue. Oh, I decided, okay, I need to go get a bunch of data. So that's what you got there in red. And, well, it takes a couple hundred tests at each of the data points to get a reasonable degree of certainty. It's like trying to figure out if a coin is weighted slightly and you just got to sit there and flip it over and over and over again. So it's just hit, miss, just to get enough data to get the error bars reasonably tight there. So that's 95%. And pay attention to how it slopes off at the end there, though, and how it's not the same as the blue one above it. And that's what's going to let me say that it's just the probability of getting a hit it's evenly spread over the entire area. Now that I have a reasonable estimate of the probability of a single pellet hitting, assuming your aim is good, it becomes a question as the spread gets tighter and tighter. We can start talking about shotguns. Now, Black Ops 2 shotguns, unlike their Modern Warfare counterparts, are greatly affected by stance, whether or not you're moving or shooting or ADS. The values range from 10 degrees to standing and shooting or moving to 5 degrees to prone and not shooting or not moving. I am going to make an assumption here, and that is, you see all the clips of me using the shotgun, is that I am standing and moving basically all the time. So that's what I'm going to concern myself with. However, I'm also going to look at the 2-degree spread you get when you aim down sights. Now, before I get any further, let me say that they do change the stats, they do tune the game, and I am known to occasionally make a mistake, as careful as I am. So, I will be linking to a Google Docs spreadsheet in the description with what is hopefully my most current, up-to-date, and accurate data. However, at time of recording, only the Black Ops 2 shotgun stats have the new probability, everything else has got the old stuff, though hopefully that will get changed before too much longer. Well, let's talk about the R870 shotgun. Damage profiles in Black Ops 2 are a little bit different. The R870 drops from 50 damage at 6.5 meters or so down to 10 at what's the 12-something meters. But what we're really interested in is the hits to kill. It goes from 2 all the way to 10. So the thing is, the thing only shoots 8 pellets, so by, I don't know, is that 12.5 meters or so, you can't even kill with one hit, even if all the pellets hit your target. I've also added on the effects of the suppressor and the long barrel, assuming a 15% change for each. I'm not 100% sure if that's right, but that'll give you an idea roughly where they fall. Now, let's go ahead and look at probabilities to kill at range for first shot. And if you're just hip firing, that wide spread, it's a pretty good chance to kill while it still only takes 2 shots to kill, but once you get into the 3 or more range, that just the chance of getting a kill just dives. And by 10 meters, yeah, you're not getting a kill with the thing. You got to get insanely lucky. If you add on the laser sight attachment, you get more accurate, more likely to get that hit, and yeah, it helps a little bit, but it's not amazing. It's when you ADS with a thing and suddenly you almost certain to get most of those pellets to hit that you can start pushing it out to where it's going to take 7 pellets plus to kill. Now, if we talk about when you fire a second shot, well, you'll see that you're either just more likely to get enough hits to kill, and you start to push out the range of the weapon. And when you're ADS by the 3rd shot, you've pushed it out to the roughly 16 meter range that the thing has a maximum of. Now, that just give you a good idea, a good feel for what this weapon is going to be capable of and how the different attachments and taking multiple shots is going to affect it. The R870, you're going to get 2 shots a lot of the time, but not always. This thing shoots at like 80 rounds per minute. It's not terribly fast. Okay, let's go back and look at first shot potentials again, except this time with some different attachments that affect damage over range. So first up, the long barrel. I assume this added 15% range. And it's usually going to make less than a meter difference, especially for first shots. And, you know, there's a bit of a nice difference there when you're ADS'd, but it's not huge. And knowing whether or not you're in that situation where the long barrel is going to make a difference is really hard. In general, I'm going to say you're going to have a hard time noticing this over the random spread of the weapon. With the suppressor, it's the other way. It cuts down on the range. Again, not a huge difference, less than a meter. I assume 15% reduction in range. Not sure if that's right. It's, again, minor changes, and well, you're going to have a hard time telling if you lost range due to the suppressor or if just the random spread hurt you. So, well, I wouldn't recommend against any attachments. I'm not wild about the long barrel on the R870. Just the total damage output means that you're going to need 2 shots to really push the range out on it, and given the slow rate of fire, that's hard to do. Well, that's all I have for the R870. I note that it's going to feel like a much more consistent shotgun. You're either in range for that one-hit kill or you're not. And given the slow rate of fire of the R870, that's a particularly important thing to know. I saw a lot of the guns from Modern Warfare 3 where they'd have a lot of range, where they'd be in the 60 to 80% chance to kill, and well, yes, you might get the kill, there's a significant chance you wouldn't, and it just got really frustrating to use those things, especially like the Model 1887. We'll hopefully still get that video out with the new stats. Anyway guys, hope you thought it was interesting, hope you found it useful, and I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.